Hello there. So yeah, man, I was about to, start the video. Like I was scared, like the size of my forehead, crazy shit. Like I don't know, like the camera was, the one that is more far away. So like my forehead was gigantic, and I mean it's already kind of large, but was way bigger. I don't know why I'm not talking about this, but yeah. So today was, hmm, what can I say? Today was a day of reflection, but a strategic reflection. So I woke up and, well, like yesterday, like in the morning, I was zoned out, so I was kind of distracted. So I was not being more mindful about that. So I trained, I read, um, and like fuck my train, like I was very tired, like when I was very tired, you know like I'm starting like really, doing the thing, like training on empty stomach. So like in the beginning was very tiresome, but got used to it, like in the middle of the training, like the middle to the end. So yeah, it worked well. And then i I took a shower. I had my first meal, that would be my breakfast, and I had my first meal, it was 11:45 a.m. So basically like the lunchtime, but not my first meal. So then I started reading. Like I read quite quite a lot, you know. I'm reading the book of Sam Harris, Waking Up, um, with insights, man. Ah, yeah, and I meditate in the morning as well. So yeah, there's that as well. So after that, after I read, I was like, okay, so what can I do? Because like my goal is like to prepare for next week because it's gonna be different. It's like even though like I've already worked in a no 9 to 5 job, it's different. Like it's more distance, so I gotta take 2 buses to get there, and like I've been working with sales, but like it's remote sales, a U.S. market, and like it's different. It's different. So, and I mean I'm a human being after all. So yeah, I got anxious. I kind of not fearful. Well, it's normal, but like I'm controlling this very well. It's not like I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm more focused on what can I do now, like what, because I have to build systems. Because like a big part of me, like I'm very excited because like it's new, and I get it. Like it's something new, like fun. Even though like there's some benefits, like when you work on site, like with other people. Well, there's some benefits, but there's other like pros and cons when you work with, in person with other human beings. Human beings are complicated. We all know that. So yeah, but I know this is temporary. I know this is gonna, like, soon is gonna just vanish. You know, erase from existence this motivation. So I'm already thinking about that. I'm already like planning for the future. So like once the motivation is gone, how can I still move forward, right? So I took my afternoon to review these videos that I'm making. I was taking the transcription of the video and like and put into Chat GPT to analyze that. And like man, my notebook is very slow, so I mean it took me 4 almost 5 hours, 4 hours and a half to just copy the transcription, the transcription of the video, put into the chat GPT. It took me 4 hours and 30 minutes, man. Something that I could have done like in 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, if my laptop, if my notebook was no faster. I'm like, fuck shit. No, 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 no. That's is the main priority, because it's not only about like, man, it's about the stress. It's about the time that it takes, especially about the time, because like time is very valuable, man. Like, fuck, like 4 hours to do like a simple shit. I mean, no, man. Like the stress, no, no, no. Because like these two things, like, Spain, like, having to dedicate a lot of time to do like just one simple task, and like being stressful, like being stressed about it, like that fucks me up like completely. So like that's the main priority right now. Like just buy a new notebook. So yeah, and well, but like it's still I finished, and I saw that a lot of things have changed. The way that I'm communicating, the words that I'm using, like my tone of, oh, um, I'm becoming more assertive, and like when I was doing that shit, because like was taking like too long, to process the transcription of the videos, and I was just thinking, like the mind wanders, like thankfully I was being mindful, like I was still pissed, but less, like I was still like controlling, and that's because of meditation. Because if I hadn't been doing meditation, that would be worse. I would probably, I don't know, broke the notebook, and that would be worse. I was still pissed, but I was controlling that, containing that, not getting like misled because of the emotion, being a slave of the emotion. So that was good. Like it was a good exercise if you think in that perspective. Um, so I was thinking, about like colleague and friends, and I like, my man, like fuck that shit. Like I'm, like in this stressful, doing this stressful shit here. That would be that could 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 be like completely faster and like no brainer, but because I don't have the money to do this shit, to buy a better laptop, I'm fucked. And then I started thinking about, why am I in this situation? And that was because of my actions, like and I was analyzing that, not like in a pity, like self pity, and like degrading uh, way, self degrading way. No, no, it was just like more logical. Like, oh, I did this behavior, I did that, I behaved that way, uh, and that leads to that other thing, and then I felt anger, and then I felt sad, and that made me uh, do that thing. No, and I was like, okay, that was, it's like, it happened. I can do nothing about it. But when it comes to the future, how can I prevent that? Being more like scientific. And once I finished that, I went to watch some videos of Layla, because man, she really has like like, because right now, like, I like how, man, I'm a really big fan, like, of both of them, Alex and Layla, especially Alex, but like he still talks about like mindset, and like like real shit, like really helpful shit. Both of them, like, is really things that you can put into practice right now. Like really useful information. And like like both of them talk about business. Like Alex is more like related to business and like constraint of the business and sales and marketing. He also talks about like mental toughness and um, some mental frameworks you can use, but that's not the main thing of him, you know. But Layla, on the other hand, she also talks about business, but she provides such a great like frameworks because man, like from what I've been from what I've been watching, like Alex, he told that a lot of in a lot of videos that like Layla, she's the one that like she's the leader that like really guide the company and like set the goals and like she runs the company. She's the CEO, like he said like he's more the marketing guy. But she runs the company. So like she really knows the stuff. Like she is really good and like once you see like how she thinks and like the way she operates, I was like, oh, that now makes sense. And I was watching like the videos of her talking about like how to be disciplined and how to create systems that like really work because if you don't have systems like and you rely on something that is fleeting like motivation, you're fucked because eventually motivation is gonna fade. And then like if you don't have motivation, what are you gonna do? You're fucked, right? You're fucked if you don't have any systems in place. So I was watching this and uh, like I took some notes. Um, I'm gonna review that and like put into my oh fuck, put into my routine. And I'm thinking like the in ways of me like getting the best ROI because my routine is gonna be different. So I gotta do the most ROI activities, the behaviors and the actions that's gonna move the needle. Yeah, the needle. Yeah, move the needle. Because it doesn't matter, like doing a lot of things just to feel that I'm being productive. But if I wasn't doing these things, that would be the same thing, the same result. So it's still a lot of things. So that's why, uh, like, and it's good, that I got this in the end of the year. So like, basically the beginning of December, right? Because like New Year, like, uh, like it or not, you got a motivation, like a plus there. So now I'm gonna think in a long horizon, you know, in a more long horizon instead of like 1 week, like 1 day, like 1 day, no, like yeah, just days, weeks. Like let's talk about not even months, like trimesters, quarters. You know, let's talk about this because then you have time to do the things, right? You have more space to really plan things better in a way that you don't get burn out, and you don't get fucked, like you stop doing the thing. And yeah, Alex said that like the burnout is because there is the burnout like when you're just tired and it's more like physical, and there's a mental burnout when you can't reframe the reality. So you like someone say some shit to you or something happens and you get mishearted and you get disencouraged to do something. That's the burnout. Like the most, when people say burnout, they're talking about this. They're referring to this, but that's not like physical burnout because these are two different things. But like to avoid both of them, you know, first of all, I gotta create a routine that is, physiologically right. So like you sleep, you know, 7 hours, six 6 hours and 30 minutes, 7 hours there. Like eat health, health as possible, train, you know, um, drink like the basics, drink water, eat healthy foods, you know, like rest. This is something, like rest, like in the middle of the day, like decompressing. This is something that I was like kind of mocking, like decompressing. But like I got fucked. Like there was a lot of weeks that I wasn't doing nothing, and that was because I didn't have systems in place to rest. So I was just like, one day I would go and like do a lot of things like mock calls and like review scripts and watch videos, and the other day I wouldn't do nothing. Lack of consistency. But now if I have like daily or weekly, like this, I'm gonna do this, and I will have like 2 blocks of the 30 minutes to like rest, or I don't know, watch some other cool thing, or like talk with someone that I like, because it's important. You gotta, like recharge your energies, because it's not like infinite, like it's finite, finite. Your energy is finite, finite energy. So again, the importance of having systems in place. And and yeah, um I don't know, like right now, when I think about all of this, I know that it's not gonna be easy. It, it's gonna require time, and I have expectations as well. But having these systems is the most important thing for me right now. Being logical, because most of the times, if not all the times that I um, that I've underwent something bad, like suffering, that I've underwent suffering, like especially mental suffering, emotional suffering, psychological suffering, was because I was letting like emotions get in the way and get the best out of me, because I didn't know how to reframe that. I didn't have systems in place. But now, I since I'm aware that there's better ways to cope that, because like sadness, anger, uh, being upset, anxious is gonna happen regardless. Regardless, if you're like, even if you're a guy that, if you train, if you do meditations, like you have a beautiful wife, you have a lot of friends, like you're still gonna get mad, you're still gonna get pissed, you're still gonna get um, fearful. This is gonna happen. It's life. The thing is, once that happens, how do you respond to that? You just react, or like you really think and then you act. So that's that's the thing that I'm doing right now, especially the meditation. That was the main shit, that really changed a lot of things for me. And like it has been 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks. So yeah, it's gonna work out. I'm gonna win, and definitely it's not gonna be in the time horizon that I'm thinking, that I'm planning. Definitely it's not gonna be in the way that I'm thinking. It's definitely gonna be different, but I'm gonna win regardless. as long as I don't stop moving forward. I must move forward. So yeah, man, that was it. Take care.